Go for it.
Um, I'm working on acute injuries.
Okay, yes.
I get a sprained ankle, and I have a derangement of tissue. I have something that's been stretched too far and injured.
Okay.
And I'm thinking, well, rice, take care of it. And I'm just trying to. You're saying we can apply this as well and get quicker results with that acute injury? That's what it sounds like.
Well, let me show you a video real quick.
Hey, I just got an email from somebody saying, hey, Tom, can you help me? I sprained my ankle really bad. I can't do the Fab 6. It just hurts too much. Do you have any other suggestions? I said, yes. So I'll tell you a little story here. Years and years ago, somebody came into my clinic and their ankle was so bruised and so swollen. I was like, oh my gosh, first of all, have you got x-rays? Have you gotten the okay to be here? And they said, yes. And I said, okay, do me a favor. I want you, what did they tell you to do? And of course, the typical towels, crunches, ankle pumps. And I said, well, do me a favor. I want you to write outlined in black, with a highlighter, with a marker, where all this, where it hurts the most. And he did. And I said, okay, we're going to do the back side, all right? And you're going to tell, and he gave me a score, a pain score. And then what we did is we did some ankle, some towel squeezes. And the radius of his pain area got worse. And then we did ankle pumps, and the radius of his pain got worse.
On the bad side.
And I was trying to explore whether the concept of going to the other side would work for an acute injury. And what we did is we went over to the other side and did the exact same thing we would have done on the injured side. A ton of towel squeezes. Or just squeezing your toes, you didn't have to bother with a towel. All right, and then we rechecked the other side, and it was less circumference of where his pain area was. Then we did ankle pumps, same thing.
On the good side.
So I gave that information to her, and I said, look, just do 100, 100 of them at a time. If it doesn't bother you on the good side, obviously it doesn't bother her on the good side. And I said, but there's one more factor that I found out that I want to show you guys. Is that I then had this gentleman do this. So it's like a non-weight bearing toe raise. So let's say his left ankle is the bad one, and he comes up on it and he goes, yeah, I can't even do that. And couldn't even move it. But this one was fine. And so what I made this person do is I said, look, I want you to get this motion going all the way up to the hips. Feel the freedom of your movement. Do like 50 to 100 of those, right? And then find out what this feels like. Now, not only did I give this advice just to this lady who just emailed me, but I actually did this in a marketing boot camp that I went to a month ago. And the person had a sprain and got like 80% better. So very, very powerful technique to use. And what I'm thinking here now is really sprains, acute injuries. If you do the process that you would have done on the injured side, on the good side, there's so much connection now at that acute stage that it will do the work. All right, will do get rid of that inflammation and stuff. Seems to be much faster and longer lasting than ice and heat. So this person wrote me back like 2 hours later and said, Tom, this is like 90% better. The person I treated the very first time years ago with this came back the next day and the purple around their ankle was 70% better. It was just crazy. And then now I could go ahead and do the TMR Fab 6 corrective exercise course. Really cool stuff. So hope you enjoyed it. There's my tip on how to use the concept of the TMR, total motion release, on an acute.
That was for you, Glenn. I did that just right there. Just said, you know what? Glenn's going to be asking me that question.
I'm trying.
So, here, let me try something.
I'm gonna go sprain my ankle. I really want to try this.
Well, here I'll show you a couple. Let's see if somebody had some. What's really neat to go to YouTube and then people have tried it, and then you get to hear from some other people. Okay, so it wasn't there. I've got this. I know you're not seeing it. Give me a second. Let me go to my Facebook. Somebody then wrote back on it. Again, I know you're not seeing it. I'll turn it on as soon as I get to it all. Where's my ankle? delete. Quick fix your wrist is on there.
Well, you know what was funny when I was watching that video? At first, I was thinking left and right side of the left ankle. And I was like, no. He's on the good side. He's on the right ankle doing it, treating his left ankle. Okay.
Well, what I love about it is I know you have Kurt there and you've seen this stuff happen. You're like, now you know why, like, almost as a coworker, you can't. I mean, you've had somebody, Kurt took this stuff back, and I mean, he was one of the first ones, probably 2006 or something like that. You had somebody sitting there right now, and you're having a hard time with it because we're trying to we're so theory driven, or so we've got to explain things, right?
Yeah.
And it seems unexplainable, but it's nice. I mean, it's unexplainable for you guys that have the engineer mind crap, but to patients, they grab a hold. Like, I was at a gym one time, and there was a veteran there. And he was saying he's having lots of problems with tailbone. I said, look, I'm going to give you a concept. I said, go ahead and twist. And they go, yeah, it doesn't work. And I go ahead and twist. Okay, which one's easier? And I said, so what would your therapist do? You've been to like 7 of them. They make me go that way. I go, okay, cool. So he's going into what doesn't feel comfortable. There is another way, going into ease. All right. So why don't we try it? All right. And we went into ease, and he goes, holy shit, right? Oh my God, my arms got it. Why hasn't anybody said that before? And they had no problem with it, right? Because there's 2 ways. Yeah. Everybody done that way and going that way. Now we then, as therapists, thinking therapists, we go, yeah, but there's nothing wrong with that. Going to challenge it. And like you and I had a conversation on Voxer about, hey, are we really shortening? Like, here, what are we shortening? Right? And so, part of it, you can say, this is lengthening, this is shortening. What's happening in the back? All right. So which one's lengthening and shortening? What's happening down here? I don't really know, but I do know if we have in our mind what's easy, what's not. Okay, now I have 2 choices to go into, right? That makes something workable that anybody can follow. And I don't know, honestly, whether the theory behind it is what it is. Just like it was nice your comment, Steph, in the first about the leg extension. And you're thinking lengthening and shortening, but what's lengthening and shortening? And then all of a sudden I put the gear in there, the gear being the pelvis, and it's being stuck. And therefore, it can't get you can't get the muscles or the nerves. You can even say the nerve flow going one way or the other. No. But then you damn well get them better by visualizing, and that blows everything out of the water for me. I don't know how to explain that one. I ain't lengthening, shortening jack shit. That's why when I said, Glenn, yesterday, I can poke more holes in that theory than you guys can right now because you don't have enough information. But when all of a sudden I go and I just think about it, and then when somebody else thinks about it for me and they get me better, well, shit, I don't know what the hell it is.
Yeah. Well, we're talking about Kurt, one of my coworkers. I've seen him revolutionize multiple patients. That's why I'm here. Yeah. I mean, it's like, and it's funny. He'll be smiling at me. I'll walk by, and the patient's going, "Oh my gosh, I feel so much."
I lost you.
It's pretty funny.
Crazy stuff.